It's Sunday afternoon. I've just sat down. I really wanted to make a video this week, but if you are anything like me, you may be wondering how you juggle being creative and living your life and doing it all on your own. So let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Sarah. Thanks so much for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying really hard to commit to making a video every week because I really enjoy doing it. I love being able to sit down and have a little chat and talk about something that's been on my mind. And there was a topic that I had that I was going to talk about today, and I started filming a video for it. And as I kind of got into it, I knew that it was going to take me way longer to think about what I wanted to say, edit the video together, and I really wanted to do it justice. And so I've pivoted to talk about the exact thing that is happening right now, which is the juggle, the struggle, the keeping all of the balls in the air at once. As a single woman trying to have creative passions, have hobbies, have friends, keep my flat clean, it feels like there's a lot of pressure. It feels like there's always a lot to do. And I certainly know that I put a lot of pressure on myself not to let any of the balls drop. Because I don't want the balls to drop. I don't want to feel like I'm failing at either this or my life, keeping the flat clean. I keep saying keeping the flat clean, but I think partly because I've got a load of tumble drying in and I still haven't hoovered, and it's 5 o'clock on Sunday and I'm very aware those things still need to get done. I spend my life trying to get the balance right between seeing my friends, doing my hobbies, which obviously those two things can coincide at some points. Speaking to my family, getting the opportunity to kind of reconnect with them or going to see them whenever I can. Looking after myself, feeding myself. You know, one of the things actually drives me a bit mad about doing this life on my own. For the majority of it, I'm very happy being by myself. But the thing that really gets me is having to figure out what I'm going to eat every meal of every day. There is never a time when someone's just like, do you want this for dinner? I've cooked this, because there's not another person there. I think what I'm trying to say is that creativity doesn't necessarily thrive under the kind of pressure that I, as a single woman, put myself under, the standards that I hold myself to in order to keep the ship sailing. The reality is sometimes the ball's going to drop, right? You've seen on this channel that there have been multiple times that I have attempted to kind of get into a flow of putting these things out there and then haven't succeeded. Yet, the last video that I did had the most views I've had in a video in a really long time. So it goes to show that you can still drop the balls, and sometimes it's not the most terrible thing in the entire world. I think as long as I'm doing the ones that really count, keeping myself fed, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water. I have not done that today. Hang on. I keep this out of shot. Then I'm probably okay, and everything else is a bit of a bonus. Sometimes the pieces don't all fit together, especially when you have to have a main job as well as being a creative person. Sometimes something's got to give, and that's okay, because rest is important as well. Like, actually making this video is still quite a lot of mental effort to actually make sure that the video is in somewhat entertaining or informative. It does take time, and I still want to make sure I've got enough time at the end of the day to have a decent rest. And rest for me is not talking to anyone, not doing anything. I'm probably staring at the TV. And again, that's absolutely fine. If you have ended up watching this video because you are somewhat like me and you feel like you have to be keeping everything up in the air, this is me giving you permission to put the balls down. Whether you drop them or whether you intentionally put them down, up to you. But you are allowed to rest. You are allowed to take a pause. The world is not going to end if you don't make the video that you wanted to, or get as many words written as you wanted to today, or finish that amazing picture that you were painting, whatever your creative output is. If you are a woman who is looking after herself as well as having a life, as well as trying to be creative, I'm not saying it should be the thing that slips all the time, but give yourself the grace to know that as long as you are keeping yourself fit and healthy, that's been a good day. I guess what I'm trying to say is that success isn't necessarily bound to output. I think success can be seen as giving yourself the permission to have a break. Success can be seen as pivoting the plan from what you were going to do to making something that is more in line with what your schedule lets you make. Success can be just taking a few steps towards the final goal of whatever your creative output is. Success can just be having made sure you've gotten up, gotten showered and fed yourself. And if the rest has been rest, then that is amazing. Your worth, creative or personally, is not tied to always being on. And whether that's a reminder that you need or a reminder that I'm giving myself, I'm not really sure. I think maybe it's both. I think that's everything I wanted to say in this ramble of a video. I hope that that has been a little bit helpful or just helped you get through a day by thinking, do you know what I did today was okay because I've looked after myself, and that's enough. Thanks so much for watching. It would be great if you could like this video if you liked the video. Give it a little thumbs up. And do subscribe to the channel and click the notifications bell. I normally upload on a Sunday at some point. I think that's enough from me. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one.